Hello YouTube, today we're going to be discussing why you should avoid the Apple Watch in 2016. So the first reason why you may want to avoid getting an Apple Watch in 2016 is simply just because of the fad surrounded by smartwatches. In reality, your phone can do everything the smartwatch can do, with the exception of it being on your wrist and some fitness tracking. So that is one reason why you might want to avoid this, only because it does a good job at being an extension, but as far as working without the phone, it's practically useless. There are very few applications that run on this thing without the need for the phone, and in my opinion, it just basically is an extension and are really good at reminding you and notifying you when something is due or when you have a task at hand. So it's kind of just a gimmick in the sense that you cannot use this without a phone. And one thing I really don't like about this is the fact that you need to recharge this thing on a daily basis instead of just wearing it as a regular watch. So it becomes less of a watch and more of an extension, again, of your phone. Which leads me to another point. There are plenty of other watches that outlast this as far as like fitness tracking goes. Their example would be the Fitbit Blaze, which is really kind of cool. As you can see, it actually has this very similar size screen and it looks nice, but it tracks your fitness much better and has obviously all of the software features and functionality that you get with the Fitbit that you can't get with the Apple Watch. For example, being able to track your fitness and compare it to others is kind of nice, and it doesn't really exist well within the Apple ecosystem. You can also track sleep and your heart rate, which I know you can track your heart rate on here, but you can't track sleep. Another thing with longer battery life would be the Pebble. And the Pebble Time 2, I believe, is what it's called. And what that does is that's even a color display, and that can last and outlast the Apple Watch as far as functionality. So there are plenty of other alternative options for this. One other one that I like also is from Garmin, and what that one does is that one tracks it has a GPS built into it and can have a better idea of what you are doing from a fitness side of things than to an actual from the Apple Watch, which in my opinion does a mediocre job. So the last reason why you wouldn't need an Apple Watch in 2016 is really simple. That would be because there's going to be another one, probably going to be released this year or early next year. And while they've constantly released new bands and new things that you can get as far as that dress up the device is clearly a year old and will soon be replaced. So those are the three primary reasons. One, it's just an extension of your device. The second reason is there's plenty of alternatives out there that you can get. And I will put a link in the description for alternatives that you can find, but simply put, if you really want an Apple Watch, hold up and wait, because there will be a new one coming this year. Now, I know I did another video in regards to why you should get it in 2016, but this is just an alternative for people who are kind of on the edge. I would suggest that we should wait until a new Apple Watch comes out, because I guarantee you a lot of these features that these other bands have, I'm sure Apple's looking at it and have already implemented it. For example, better fitness. If I had to take a wild guess, I would say that Apple is looking into making this more fitness-oriented, because that seems to be the kind of the core audience that people like to use with this is fitness, but then they realize that the Fitbit can actually do more. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any criticisms or anything you want to say, put it in the comments below. Definitely subscribe and hit the like button if you liked it, and I will definitely be doing more videos. All right, thank you.